Gary. It's the Wednesday after a pretty comprehensive second half saw us overcome Werribee by 78 points in round 10. All positive upon reflection?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. We trained Monday morning to give the boys an opportunity to have a day off, I guess in the afternoon anyway, but a few of them went to the MCG because, of course, Brodie was playing again, which is great to see him now get a couple of games at senior AFL level. And overall, 40 scoring shots. We increased our margin every quarter pretty much. We were able to then score lots of goals and keep them to virtually minimal score. They really didn't score a goal from just late in the second quarter till about the 21-minute mark of the last quarter. So that's pleasing. I thought some players who we wanted to get into form got into a reasonable contribution game. Macravette, I thought, was very, very good. Matty Arnott probably played his best three-quarter performance for quite some time. We had Tommy Hobbs kick 3 goals. Geordie Lyle, who now goes by the name of the best defensive forward in the competition, keeping Sam Collins relatively on song. But again, there was probably just sheer domination inside 50s as well. We had 25 at one stage there in the third quarter, so that was a lot of repeat efforts, setting up well behind the ball. And again, able to finish off some really good work with 7 straight goals, because I just felt at the time was going to be Casey revisited with 2 goals 9 that we scored against them and 3 goals 9. So anytime you're having 10 or more scoring shots in a quarter, you're playing some pretty powerful footy. So all in all, the wash-up was positive, and no doubt, I know, jumping ahead here, that Geelong had a similar effort against North Melbourne, and to win by 20 goals in this competition is a huge effort.
Shannon Lang has really hit form the past 2 weeks with 2 successive best-on-ground efforts, but pleasing, as you said, that there was also some rising performance from the likes of Macravette. Tommy Hobbs bobbed up with 3 goals, but we also saw Eli Templeton play a different role across the back half. The margin is always nice in a game like that, but some of those more individual aspects must have been, really positive from your perspective as well. Yeah,
and you nailed all those boys, and I guess the other one too was, I know he's probably over there drinking some vodka at the minute, but Little Red went into the midfield and had 27 and kicked 3 goals. So I think that contribution was significant, because we're always looking for players that are versatile and adapting to what we want and see it as a positive, not as a negative. And really the Eli one, we sort of toyed with that for a few weeks. We've had little bits and pieces here and there, and he just does a role. If he goes back there, whether it's the same or not this week, we'll just look and see, because we're really trying to get some really good ball uses out of our defence, because we've lost some really good guys that are attacking aggressive defenders, as we all know. So that's a little bit of who we play against, what we think will work on the day, and it actually looks like it might be fairly wet on the weekend as well. So we've just got to keep looking at every selection night. Can we improve the side? Who deserves a chance? Who's knocking on the door? And someone like Alex Carr was pretty stiff to go out last week, but we won the game, so it means that, I think in my mind anyway, that we got selection right. So continue to improve, get better or get beaten was the slogan we came up with, obviously way back at our little camp at New Haven at the start of, when was that, February I think it might have been. So again, it's a long year, mate. We just got to keep hanging in there and just keep winning the games, and then see what happens when we get to the business end of the season.
Geelong next. They're coming off a 100-point win over the seemingly in-form North Melbourne, so a really formidable opponent this week ahead of our bye the following week at home, Channel 7, and also the Frank Johnson tribute medal up for grabs for one of our boys as we pay tribute to one of our greatest ever Borough players. So another big day on Saturday.
Yeah, it is, and we want to respect that day for what it is, because Frank was an icon, legend of the footy club, obviously, and of course we want to certainly make sure we respect that day, and no doubt we will. Geelong are going to come down here and they'll have similar thoughts in their mind about continuing their form line. But again, it's going to come down to what we believe we can do as a team, and that's continue to refine, get better, keep working on the things that we're not doing well. We still had 40 shots on goal and we kicked 20-20. I thought at times when we could have been a lot more clinical with our inside 50, that continues to be a work in progress. We've still got to work on what's the best ruck combination, and we still got to try and get guys into as really good a form as they can possibly be. So we'll isolate it down for another 2 hours, and maybe the conditions will have a little bit of a say in the matter. But again, we'll just look out here on our lovely Northport ground, and we see that they've got the fans out there and they're going to try and dry up the mud. So bring your galoshes, bring your gumboots, bring your umbrellas. But get down here at 2 o'clock to do the day justice, I guess. And hopefully we win. Yep.
Well, Gary, thanks for your time today. Enjoy the build-up this week and a little bit more laid back, so no need to resort to the butter menthols this week.
No need to resort to that, Sammy, but I certainly think we need a little bit of sawdust to dry the pitch out, so who knows, I might have my gumboots on there and a little bit of sawdust.